Okay, listen closely, class. Here are some rules for the dissection. First of all, you need to listen to directions and follow the lab exactly. Do not go off and do your own thing. Number 2, absolutely no horseplay. Number 3, you must stay at your lab station at all times. Number 4, always wear protective gear. Number 5, keep your hands away from your face, your eyes, and your mouth. Next, all specimen parts must be disposed of in the trash, not the sink. Make sure you clean up your area thoroughly with disinfectant spray. And lastly, be sure to wash your hands with soap and water. Let's talk about the tools that you will be using in the dissection. The first tool that you have in your kit are the scissors. These are used for cutting the outside skin and tougher tissue. The forceps, which are very similar to tweezers, are used to pull or lift the skin or organs that are in the frog. Next are the dissecting pins. These are used to hold down the specimen and the skin flaps, and they go right into the dissecting pan. The next is the scalpel. This is a very thin blade that is used for precise cutting of internal organs. This is the probe. This is used for exploring and lifting of the internal organs. It is very small and slender to help you maneuver within the frog. Lastly, we have the dissecting pan. This is where your specimen, which is the frog, will be in, and it has a thin pad or mat in which to place the dissecting pins in. Alright, you made it. So now we're ready to look at the internal organs of the frog. Your frog should look like this. The liver. The first organ that you'll see is the liver. This is the largest organ that you will find in the frog. It's a brownish colored organ and it definitely covers most of the body cavity. Its function is to extract impurities like toxins and waste from the blood so that way they can be eliminated from the body. The heart. The heart is a small triangular shaped organ and you can find it between the front legs and right above the liver. The main function of the heart is to pump blood through the frog's body. The gallbladder. The gallbladder is a very small greenish sac found underneath the liver. I like to say that it looks like a deflated pea. Its function is to store bile, which is a chemical that helps in digestion. The stomach. The stomach is a large, firm, sac-like organ that's on the left side of the frog. It is shaped like a J. If you have a full stomach, it's going to be much larger than if it's empty. The function of the stomach is to store food and mix it with enzymes to start digestion. The small intestine. The next organ you'll find is the small intestine. This is a long but very skinny tube-like organ that is connected to the stomach. The function of this organ is that it absorbs the nutrients into the bloodstream. You'd be surprised how long the small intestine actually is, and in my class you will take the small intestine out of the frog's body and stretch it out and measure how long it is. Some of my classes have had small intestines that are 14 centimeters long. The large intestine. The large intestine is the last organ in the digestive system. You can see the difference between the small intestine and the large intestine by the size of the tube. So once it's small and gets larger, that becomes the large intestine. And the function is to store undigested food. Fat bodies. Fat bodies are yellow, spaghetti-looking organs that are found on either side of the frog. These are basically masses of fat that are needed for hibernating and for mating purposes. Kidneys. Kidneys are elongated brownish organs that are found in the lower part of the frog's abdomen. They are very hard to find unless you remove most of the organs that are on top of it. There are 2 of them, and their functions are to separate waste from water products, so essentially they're creating urine. The lungs. The lungs are found at the anterior end of the body on either side of the heart. They are very spongy looking, and again, you need to remove some of the first and second layer organs in order to see them. Their function is to obtain oxygen from the air and expel carbon dioxide. So those are the main organs we're going to focus on. So let's take a minute and see what you remember and review. Alright, remember this organ is found at the very back of the frog, and its function is to separate waste from water products. Which one is it? This organ, to me, looks like a deflated pea, and it is responsible for storing bile. This is the largest organ that you'll find in the frog, and this is what extracts toxins and waste from the blood so they can be eliminated from the body. These are 2 spongy organs found at the back of the frog that are responsible for taking in oxygen. This is a long, coiled up digestive organ that absorbs nutrients into the bloodstream. This is the J-shaped organ that is the storage sac for food and mixes it with enzymes to start digestion. This is the last organ in the digestive system that stores undigested food. This is the small triangularly shaped organ that's responsible for pumping blood through the body. These are the masses of fat that are needed for hibernation and mating.